को जानो, राजयोग के द्वारा अपना परम पिता पहचानो। इसी राजपथ पर चलकर तुम पालो अपना बसेरा। ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
मेरा है कल्प कल्प का प्यार, हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। ओ बाबा, ओ प्यारे बाबा। तेरा एहसान बाबा चुकाने लिए,
तेरा एहसान बाबा चुकाने लिए,
मेरा हर जन्म हो तुम्हारे लिए,
मेरा हर जन्म हो तुम्हारे लिए।
फिर भी चुका न पाएंगे, पाएंगे चाहे जन्म ले हम कई बार। फिर भी चुका न पाएंगे चाहे जन्म ले हम कई बार। हो बाबा, हो प्यारे बाबा, हो बाबा। तेरा मेरा है कल्प कल्प का प्यार, हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, हम तुम पर बलिहार। हो बाबा, हो बाबा।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning. Whatever promises we have done to Baba in the path of devotion, Baba is reminding us that today we have made lot of promises to Baba. That Baba, when you come, we will do this and we will do that. Did we promise Baba? We did not promise him considering the Father, but we did many promise to God that when you come we will do this and when you come we will do that. So Baba is reminding us that today, that whatever promises you have done to me, you have a chance to fulfill your promise in this confluence age. We will not be able to fulfill them in the whole Kalpa, but we can only fulfill our promise in the confluence age when the Father comes. So whatever promises we did to Baba, we fulfill that promise in the confluence age. So whatever devotion we did, we got the fruit of that in the path of devotion. But in the confluence age now, Baba is saying, I come and make you souls pure and take you back home. I make you deities. I make you full of happiness, peace and purity. And Baba fulfills his promise in the confluence age. So we also have to fulfill our promise to Baba, and we have to check that how much are we fulfilling our promises to Baba that we have done on the path of devotion. How much are we fulfilling our promises? To the extent that we fulfill that promise, we will have attainments accordingly. To have the attainments, it's important to fulfill our promise. Baba is telling us one new thing today. Why are the deities called worthy of worship? It is said that deities are worthy of worship. So, why are deities worthy of worship? They don't remember anyone. Deities don't remember anyone. They don't make effort to become worthy of worship. They don't remember the pictures. They don't remember the one without the picture. They are worthy of worship. Now we listen to Baba's Murli, 2nd December today. Essence, sweet children, you made this promise. When you come, we will surrender ourselves to you. The Father has now come to remind you of your promise. Question: due to which main speciality of the deities are only they called worthy of worship? Answer: only the deities have the speciality of not remembering anyone. Neither do they remember the Father, nor do they remember the images of others. This is why they are said to be worthy of worship. There is nothing but happiness. This is why there is no need for them to remember anyone. By remembering the one Father now, you become so pure and worthy of worship that you won't need to remember anyone later on. Om Shanti. Sweetest spiritual children, you cannot be called spiritual souls. It is spiritual children, not spiritual souls. Spirit or soul, it is the same thing. The spiritual father explains to you, spiritual children, before the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, did not give this knowledge to souls. The Father himself says, I only come once in the cycle at the most elevated confluence age. No one else can say this. The Father never comes at any time other than at the confluence age of the cycle. The Father only comes at the confluence age when devotion has to come at the end. The Father sits here and gives this knowledge to you, children. And what does He give the teaching to us, children? Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. This is very difficult for some children. To consider yourself to be souls and remember the Father is difficult for some children. Is it difficult? Didi is asking. Is it difficult? Because we are body conscious, it is difficult. So we have to practice being soul conscious. It is very easy. But it doesn't sit in their intellects very well. How can I make it sit in their intellects very well? Didi is asking. What is the method to make it easy? Baba did it practically and showed it to us children. He practiced, so we also have to practice. We generally do practice that we are souls, we are children of God. But what Baba practiced is to see everyone to be soul. He saw himself as soul, but he saw others as souls as well. So this one is a soul, that one is a soul. So you children have to practice this as well. This is why Baba repeatedly explains to them. Even when it is explained to them, they still don't understand anything. In a school, some students fail in spite of being taught by a teacher for 12 months. This unlimited Father teaches you children every day. Nevertheless, only some of you are able to imbibe, whereas others forget. The main thing that is explained to you is consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. The Father Himself says, constantly remember me alone. No human being can ever say this. The Father says, I only come once. I come and only explain to you, children, after a cycle at the confluence age. Only you receive this knowledge. No one else takes it. Only you, mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma, understand this knowledge. You know that the Father taught you this knowledge in the previous cycle for the confluence age. You know that the Father taught you this knowledge in the previous cycle at the confluence age. Only you Brahmins have these parts. You definitely have to go through these castes. Those of other religions don't go through these castes. Those from other religions do not come into these castes because they come halfway of the cycle. Those who come in the beginning will play this part. It is only the people of Bharat who go through these castes. Only Brahmins become the residents of Bharat. This is why the Father has to come into Bharat. You Brahmins are the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma. After Brahmins, you become deities, and then warriors. No one else is made into warriors. You are made into Brahmins, and you then become deities. When the degrees of the same deities have decreased, they are called warriors. They become warriors automatically. The Father comes and makes you into Brahmins. You then become deities from Brahmins, and those same deities then become warriors. It is only at this time that the one Father establishes all three religions. It isn't that He comes again in the Golden Age and Silver Ages. Because people don't know this, they say that He also comes in the Golden and Silver Ages. The Father says, I do not come in every age. I only come once in the cycle at the confluence age. It is I who make you into Brahmins through Prajapita Brahma. I come from the supreme abode. Acha, where then did Brahma come from? Brahma takes 84 births. I don't. Where does Brahma come from? Does Brahma come from the supreme abode? Brahma takes 84 births. I don't. Brahma and Saraswati become Vishnu, whose dual form is Lakshmi and Narayan. He takes 84 births. Then, at the end of his many births, I enter him and make him into Brahma. I name him Brahma. This one's name is not chosen by him. I name him Brahma. So Baba is saying, then at the end of his many births, I enter him and make him into Brahma. I name him Brahma. This one's name is not chosen by him. On the sixth day after a child is born, they have a naming ceremony according to his horoscope. They celebrate his birthday. This one's name, according to his horoscope, was Lake Raj. That was his name at birth. When the Father entered him at the confluence age, his name was changed. He changes this one's name when he is in his stage of retirement. The names of those sannyasis are changed when they leave their homes and go away. This one lives at home. I named him Brahma because Brahmins are needed. I make you belong to me and make you into pure Brahmins. You are made pure. It isn't that you are pure from birth. You receive these teachings to become pure. The main thing is how to become pure. You know that not a single person on the path of devotion can be worthy of worship. People bow down in front of those gurus, etc., because they renounce their homes and become pure. Who are worthy of worship? Who are worthy of worship? Those who are worthy of worship do not remember anyone and anyone. So, however, sannyasis renounce their homes and become pure, it cannot be said that they are worthy of worship. Those who are worthy of worship do not remember anyone. Sannyasis remember the Brahma element and pray. People in the golden age do not remember anyone. The Father says, you now have to remember the one, that is devotion. You souls are incognito. No one knows about souls accurately. In the golden and silver ages, too, bodily beings play their parts with their names. Actors cannot exist without names. No matter where you are, you definitely have names given to your bodies. How could you play your part without having a name? The Father has explained to you. On the path of devotion, you used to sing, when you come, I will make you belong to me and none other. I will only belong to you. The souls say this. We will not worship any of the bodily beings who are given names on the path of devotion. When you come, we will surrender ourselves to you. We did not even know when he would come. People continue to worship so many bodily beings with so many scriptures. The Father comes after the second half of each cycle. When devotion comes to an end, he says, you have been saying for birth, after birth, I will not remember anyone but you. I won't even remember my own body. However, you didn't even know me, so how could you remember me? The Father now sits here and explains to you, children, sweetest children, consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. The Father alone is the purifier. By remembering Him, you will become pure and Sato Pradhan. There is no devotion in the golden and silver ages. You don't remember anyone, neither the Father nor any images. There is nothing but happiness. When do you remember anyone, God? When you are in sorrow. When there is happiness, no one remembers him. There is nothing but happiness. The Father has explained. The closer you come, the closer you will be to your karmatit stage. In the golden age, there is a lot of happiness. In the golden age, there is a lot of happiness in being in the new world and in a new home. Then, as it becomes 25% old, it is as though you forget heaven. So the Father says, you used to sing, we will only belong to you. We will only listen to you. Souls refer to the Father as the Supreme Soul. Souls are tiny, subtle points. A divine vision is needed to see a soul. You are not able to focus on a soul. It takes effort to consider yourself to be such a tiny point, a soul, and remember the Father. People don't try to have a vision of a soul. They try to have a vision of the Supreme Soul because they have heard that He is brighter than 1,000 suns. When someone has a vision, he says that it was very bright because that is what he has heard. Someone whom people worship intensely is the one they would have a vision of, otherwise, they would not be able to have faith. The Father says, if they haven't seen a soul, how could they see the Supreme Soul? Because you first have to consider yourself to be soul and remember the Father. But if you have not understood or seen a soul, how can they see the Supreme Soul? How could they even see a soul? Human beings have images of bodies, they have names, but a soul is just a point, a very tiny point. How can that be seen? Although they try a great deal, it is not possible to see a soul with your physical eyes. Each of you souls receive a subtle eye of this knowledge. You now understand how tiny you souls are. So, it is not possible to see a soul with your physical eyes. Each of you souls receive a subtle eye of this knowledge. You now understand how tiny you souls are. I, the soul, have a part of 84 births recorded in me, which I have to repeat. You receive the Father's Srimad in order to make you elevated. Therefore, you must follow that. You have to imbibe divine virtues. What kind of divine virtues you have to imbibe? The soul receives the elevated directions and you have to follow that. You also have to imbibe divine virtues. And what is he teaching us? So someone is saying you have to be pure. What else? Today Baba is saying you have to imbibe divine virtues. Your food and drink have to be royal. What does it mean by royal? What does it mean by royal? What does it mean by royal? So you need royalty in food and drink. What royalty do you need? So you need royal food of 36 varieties. You need Brahma Bhojan. So you need royalty in eating and drinking. How does deities eat food? How does our Baba eat? Baba showed in practical. Baba would eat very little. He would eat everything, but he would eat very little, little, little. There was not that hunger, but Baba would eat with a lot of royalty, with lot of love. So when you offer bhog, there is so much little in his plate of bhog. So we also remember Baba and eat with regard and respect. So there is difference when you eat with royalty and if you eat with too much hunger and you feel like eating, eating, eating. Your behavior has to be very royal because you are becoming deities. Deities are worthy of worship. They never worship anyone. They are double crowned. They never worship anyone. So they are worthy of being worshipped. There is no need to worship anyone in the golden age, but they definitely do give one another regard. To bow to someone means to give regard. If the king is seated on the seat, on the throne, would you salute him or not? Didi is asking, would you give him regard? You should, isn't it? To bow to someone means to give regard. It isn't that you have to keep anyone in your heart. Regard has to be given. For instance, everyone gives regard to the president because they know that he has a high position. You don't have to bow down to anyone. Therefore, the Father explains, the path of this knowledge is a completely different thing. Here, you just have to consider yourselves to be souls. You have forgotten this. Remember the names. You remember the names of the bodies. Everything has to be done with the name. How would you call anyone who doesn't have a name? Although you are bodily beings playing your parts, you must keep Shiv Baba in your intellects. The devotees of Sri Krishna believe that they must only remember Sri Krishna. They say that whatever they look, they only see Krishna. They believe, I am Krishna and you too are Krishna. Oh, but your name is different from his name, so how can anyone be Krishna? Not everyone's name can be Sri Krishna. They continue to say whatever comes into their minds. The Father now says, forget all the images of the path of devotion and remember the one Father. You don't call those images the purifier. Hanuman and others are not the purifier. There are many images, but none of them is the purifier. None of those goddesses with bodies can be purifier. People use their own intellects to create images of goddesses with 6 to 8 arms. They don't know who they are. They are the children who are the helpers of the purifier Father. No one knows this. Your external form is ordinary. Those bodies will be destroyed. It isn't that your images, etc., will remain. All of those will finish. In fact, you are goddesses. The names mentioned are Goddess Sita, Goddess so and so. They never say deity Rama. They may say it the deity of all deities. They never say deity Rama, they say goddess or Srimati so and so. However, that is wrong. You now have to make effort to become pure. You say, come and make us pure from impure. You don't say, make us into Lakshmi and Narayan. Only the Father changes you from being impure and purifies you. Only He changes you from ordinary human beings into Narayan. Those people call the incorporeal one the purifier. They have portrayed someone else as the one who relates the story of the true Narayan. They don't say, Baba, tell us the story of the true Narayan and make us immortal, or make us into Narayan from an ordinary human being. They simply say, come and purify us. Baba tells you the story of the true Narayan and purifies you. You then relates the true story to others. No one else can know this. Only you know this. Although you have friends, relatives, and brothers, etc., at home, they still don't understand this. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana from today's Murli. First, in order to make yourself elevated, follow the Srimad you receive from the Father and imbibe divine virtues. Your food, drink, and behavior have to be very royal. Second point, don't remember one another, but definitely give regard. Make effort to become pure and also inspire others to do the same. Blessing. May you be ever happy and enable others experience a taste of happiness in a tasteless, dry atmosphere. Explanation. You children who have received the blessing of being ever happy will remain constantly happy even in an atmosphere that creates waves of sorrow. In a dry, tasteless atmosphere, and in an atmosphere that makes souls experience their lack of attainment, with your vision of happiness, with your vision of happiness, you can transform an atmosphere of sorrow and sadness, just as the sun transforms sanskars to bring light into the darkness, to bring peace where there is peacelessness, and to give a taste of happiness in a dry and tasteless atmosphere is known as being ever happy. At present, this type of service is necessary. Slogan: a bodiless one is not attracted by anyone of a bodiless one is not attracted by any type of attraction of a body. Avyak signal. Now have the deep concern to become complete and karmatit. Karmatit does not mean that you go beyond karma. Do not become detached from karma, but be detached from being trapped by any bondage of karma. This is known as being karmatit. The stage of karma yogis, the stage of karma yoga enables you to experience the karmatit stage. A karma yogi is extremely loving and detached. With this stage, no matter how much a task may be or how much effort it may take, it will feel as though you are not doing any work, but you are just playing a game. So, Om Shanti, what did Baba make us practice today? That you consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father. Om Shanti. All the residents will keep sitting here. Now, program for double foreigners. just have one wish. That is
हम बने अब रहनुमा
that this life is beautiful.
हम बने
And
अब
for this world, we
रहनुमा
become merciful.
एक ही अरमान है एक ही
We just
अरमान
have one
है
wish.
एक ही
Just
अरमान
one wish.
है मन बने मधुबन हमारा
May
महके जग
my mind
है उपवन सारा
become like
कर दे
Madhuban,
पावन सबका जीवन
and
जो
everyone's
बहे
life
गंगा की
become
धारा
fragrant.
जो बहे गंगा की धारा जो बहे गंगा
For
की
those who
धारा
become the
कर दे शीतल तपते और को बन के चेतन चंद्रमा इस जगत के